Alright guys, welcome to Thick Boy Gaming. Today I'm going to be bringing you a video clip about setting up OBS, setting up a capture card for beginners. I'm going to show you everything you need in one video. It took me so long. I just started a streaming channel and a gaming YouTube channel. It took me, had to watch so many different videos, so many tutorials on everything. So my main goal is to kind of get everything together all in one video so that you don't have to go and watch 5-10 videos like I did, and each one did its own thing, which is cool because you really get to understand. So this is really like just the basics: how to set it up, how to get OBS running, how to set up your capture card, what you're gonna need to set up your capture card, because you need multiple things. So let's get into it. So first thing you're gonna need is your capture card. So I have try and get a good look here. The Zasluke 4K capture card. This is like $60 on Amazon. You know what? Actually, I think it was like 55 or something. It's like 55, 60, and there's a bunch of these, bunch of different prices. I just watched a couple of YouTube videos, and this one was recommended a lot, and I read the reviews. So it's gonna come with this, a blue cable, and then it's gonna come with one really basic HDMI cord. So I bought you know, I like the ones with the braid on them, because the I don't like the other ones because the cables always rip. Like this one is braided also. This one I bought when I got the capture card. It's a 4K. The other one I had already, I bought for my Xbox. So let's get into how exactly to set up the capture card. So what you need to do is you need to buy either an extra HDMI cord, or you have to buy an extra HDMI cord, or if you already have one, you don't need to spend money if you already have one. So what you do is you're going to plug the blue USB into the front of the capture card, and then on the output you're going to put it into the output HDMI cable is going to go into the TV, right? Then you're going to have one cable coming in from the Xbox that is going to go into the bottom, into the input part. So it's like a closed circuit. So it's going from the Xbox to the capture card, then from the capture card right back into your TV. It will not work if you don't have it set up this way. It has to be output is going to the TV because it's coming out of the capture card. Input is from the Xbox to the capture card. This is what took me forever to figure out, because the guy I watched just did whatever. He didn't really show. Okay, and it's gonna say on the back. Okay, alright guys, so this is OBS. So to download OBS, you just have to go to obs.com, or just type in OBS in a Google search, and it'll be like the first one that pops up. It's gonna ask you all these prompts. It's gonna say, you know, next, and so forth. So once you have OBS, you have to download it. So OBS is really just, it's scenes. So the scenes are over here, and I'm sorry about this like huge mirror effect, but so it's just scenes. So scenes are different things. So you can go from scene to scene. This one is my gameplay, but right now I'm doing display capture, so you really can't see the I will show you, but right now I have to do the display capture. But anyways, so to create a scene, you just hit this plus sign, you create a scene, right, and then you put sources into the scene. Sources are gonna be like the microphone, the gameplay if you're on a console, Xbox, PS4, PS5, and so forth, the microphone, the webcam, things like that. So the first one I want to get into is the audio capture. So I am using a Blue Yeti Nano, which is pretty good. It's working pretty good so far. So the way you add a source is you're gonna go here to this plus. You're gonna go to audio input capture. So input, it's something you're inputting into it's something you're inputting into the source, right? So it's a source, it's audio, it's an input. So you'll hit OK. You'll see all mine. You'll go to the device, and then here is everything that is plugged into your laptop. So of course mine is gonna be the Yeti Nano. You hit OK, and then it makes it into a source for you, right? You add an audio source to add a webcam. So a webcam, you'll go to video capture, then you'll go to integrated camera. This is my personal, like this is just the, not my personal, I'm sorry, the webcam that comes on the laptop. So you'll hit that, you'll hit OK, then it's gonna put it into this red screen. You can adjust it, how big you want. You just kind of drag. Quick guys, so this is this over here is a negative, so this is not gonna show. Alright guys, so you have to make sure it's in the blue box, right? It has to be inside. You can just move it around, you can do all kinds of crazy things with it. So that is how you add a webcam. If you wanted to add like an overlay, if you're a streamer, you would go to an image, you'll hit OK, you'll hit browse, then you'll look, get an overlay, open. This is a basic, super basic overlay, and then you'll just shrink it up to match your picture, or to match the webcam. And that's it guys, that's how you add an overlay. Nothing too complicated. A lot of videos I've watched, they make it super hard, and they have all these websites they want you to go to buy and this and that. I went to Google, got a super easy overlay. It was already made, just copied and paste, right? That's a cheap option guys. I mean, I'm just starting out myself, but I thought I'd make this video because like I said earlier, there's a bunch of videos you have to watch. It wasn't like I watched one video and I was like ready to go. I had to watch all these videos, figure it out. There's a video for each thing. So guys, this is how you add the webcam, the audio source. So now let's get into adding a console. So the Xbox, different, mainly the Xbox and the PS4. I don't have a PC, so let's go over here. It's the same thing. Adding the webcam, pretty much the exact same thing. So you'll add this. Instead of integrated camera, you go to the USB 3.0, and that'll be your game, right? So now you got everything. So okay, this is a good thing because this happened to me actually, and it took me forever to figure it out. All you have to do is in your sources, you just have to drag everything in the order that you want it. So your video capture should be last. So you have to these are like layers. If you've ever used a layer for anything, so these are layers. Like if you ever use like Procreate or like anything, like if you have like an iPad, if you ever use like Procreate or even like Adobe or any like software where you can like do design, you'll understand what I'm saying about layers. So these are all layers. So you have to put what you want in the back last. So that's gonna be the Xbox, and then you put the webcam is second to last. Then you have the audio. Then you have your image, and that is on top of everything else. So that means that the overlay is on top of your webcam. So the audio, it could be first, and then I would put your image second, which would be your overlay. And then but you definitely want, if you're on console, you want the console in the last spot. Okay. That's it for today, guys. I think I covered all the basics of OBS and how to set it up. This setup you could run with as a beginner. The Yeti mic, for me, I bought it at Best Buy. It was $100, which is not bad because there's a huge difference in the audio. I could tell huge. I was using the microphone for the Xbox that I bought off of Amazon, which is great when I'm playing and I'm talking to my buddies. But when you're trying to deliver quality to viewers, definitely would recommend the Yeti. I have the Yeti Nano. There's like different versions of the Yeti. So that's one I'm using. And then, like I said, the capture card was $50, $60. I can't remember exactly. So right there is about $150. And then HDMI cords on Amazon can range anywhere from $10 to like $30. Just depends on what you want to buy. I wouldn't pay anything more than like $10, $12. $12 is like that's max for me. Because it's not gonna make a huge difference. It's really all in the capture card and what you're running the program in. You just be your laptop. It's gonna be your console and everything. Your internet is not really gonna. The HDMI cord is not gonna make or break your stream. One thing I will say is if you have a laptop that's a little bit dated, you're gonna run into some issues with frame drop. That was my big issue. So I had an IdeaPad, Lenovo IdeaPad 3. It was an Intel 3. Great laptop. I loved it. Fantastic laptop. Not one complaint about it. I did all my schoolwork. I did everything on that laptop. Never had an issue with it. But when it came to like streaming and editing and doing all this stuff that required like a higher resolution, it did not keep up at all. I was dropping a lot of frames. I was watching video after video on how to stop dropping frames, and nothing was working. So it was just time for me to upgrade in general, because an i3 in 2020 is like I was pretty behind on the laptop. So I got a Legion 5. It's got a Ryzen 5 CPU in it. So and it's got the GeForce GTX video card. So yeah, this is holding up. So I would recommend anything from an Intel 5 up or equivalent. This is my first Ryzen. But it's working. I've always been an Intel guy. It's working for me. It does bother me a little bit that it's not an Intel, just because I'm so used to Intel. And it's like anything, like even tools, like power tools. If you use the same brand of power tools all the time, and then whatever you decide to buy new power tools, a different brand, you're gonna be judging it, even though it's probably just as good as the other brand, right? So that's where I'm at with the laptop. It definitely big step up. The microphone, I think, is my biggest thing as far as sound, because the headset was not really working. My next adventure is going to be getting a new webcam for you guys to deliver better quality in the webcam. When I'm streaming, the webcam loses some resolution, and then when I edit it again, it loses some resolution because the editing software maxes out at 720. So I can't really give you guys that full, nice, crisp resolution that I'd like to give. But I mean, at the end of the day, when you're streaming, you're really there for the gameplay and But anyways, guys, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you enjoyed it, if you found it helpful, if you learned anything from this video, please leave a comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching Thick Boy Gaming.